I was a super hyperactive child. I'm actually a super hyperactive 50-year-old. I think I graduated third worst in my whole class of almost 700 kids, which I kind of took pride in. In 1978, there was a mini boom of Japanese cuisine. Sushi started sort of catching on around that time. I was only 15 or 16. I got this chance to get a part-time job at Tsubo. It was like the only Japanese restaurant. A whole new world opened up to me. The chefs were pretty laid-back, nice guys. At one point, they invited me to Times Square. We visited all these different Japanese restaurants. We would eat some tempura or sushi, and they even let me have a Heineken. It was like this little Japanese world, and I didn't really belong. First few days at work, I would ride my bike to the restaurant, and I would wash all the dishes from lunch and from prep, and then we'd go into dinner service. And I was really hungry. I asked if there was anything to eat, and the chef scooped up a big bowl of rice from the rice cooker, and he whipped up an egg and added a little soy sauce and poured it on top of the rice with a little powdered nori on top, and here, eat this. Thrusting this gooey bowl of raw egg and hot rice. I can remember the way it tasted, I really can. The strong flavor of egg, the sliminess, but also the oceany flavor of the seaweed and the briny saltiness of the soy sauce. We're gonna sort of recreate one of my first real food moments. We're gonna dump our rice in. Short grain Japanese rice. It's got a lot of starch on it. You see how white it is. Vigorously wash it in pretty cold water. 3 or 4 times is plenty. Now we're gonna do this remarkable thing that really works. From the surface of the rice to the surface of the water, you want to be able to stick your finger in and get to about your first knuckle. It's wacky. It works every single time, and I make perfect rice. Now let this thing sit for 20 minutes. If you don't have the time, you can't. It's all right, I suppose. The lid is nice and heavy. It keeps the steam from pouring out of the sides. Gets those kernels of rice to really pop and be consistent. Most people that love to cook love eggs. When you crack it and the yolk is sort of standing up really high on the white, fresh egg really tastes like an egg, and the color is almost orange. If you don't put soy sauce in it, it'll taste a little bland. These are all flavors I had never, ever had in my whole life. They really worked for me. There's a lot of complex flavor within that simplicity. Look at that, look at the way it just oozes through every little nook and cranny. And then we just have some aonori, which is seaweed, all chopped up. So then there are a couple of different things you can add. It kind of depends who I'm making this for. My wife and my son, just ikura, pickled shiso leaves, sprinkling some scallion. That's it for them. Even my snotty 15-year-old, he'll go, oh, ikura, yeah. So that's cool. So it's nothing better than seaweed and soy sauce and egg on rice.